afternoon, everybody, and welcome back to the second part of Remarkable Remix. I am doing the presentation of Juneteenth, so let me share my screen this afternoon. Right, let me make it bigger for everybody. So as you can see, Remarkable Remix presents Juneteenth. So let's get into content. What is Juneteenth? Juneteenth is a holiday commemorating the end of slavery in the United States. It is also called the Approximation Day or Jubilee Independence Day. What is the origin of Jubilee? Jubilee was an original celebration in Texas on June 19, 1860, and marked the first anniversary of the African American their first term of the Approximation. More than 2 years after it was initially issued, the holidays originally celebrated prayer meetings and by singing spirituals and wearing new clothes representing newfound freedom. Within a few years, African Americans will celebrate Jubilee in other states, making it an annual tradition. So here's a link that I want to share with everyone as I go into the content of celebration of Jubilee. Here's the website that I have right here. Wow. Really? Okay. We're going to have an alternate here, ladies and gentlemen. The website that I had out is not coming well.
What's today? Answer my question. What's today?
There we go. Have a proud, happy Jubilee. So this website is basically talking about what Jubilee is, where is Jubilee, the new passages, church is doing the celebration of Jubilee. And a lot of people are doing different events in the community as well as around the country. And today is like the most amazing talk about this topic. So as you can read the content on Jubilee and how it plays a very significant part in our culture. You'll see why this is so important in the celebration and the gathering, as well as the teaching and learning. So as I go through the website to try to see what's going on here, they have a lot of different content explaining to you the safe way to celebrate it, and they're talking about in the general order of the people of Texas are informed that according with the approximation of the Executive of the United States, all slaves are free. This involves the equality of rights and property between African slaves and the connection for existence between them become that between employers and hired labor. So as I look at the content here, this is just basically showing the illustration to declare dedicated and remember Tommy Healings and stormy working in the middle past. So as I go through the majority of the website, I was talking about celebrity. Celebration. We're going to talk about Jubilee. In the spirit of Jubilee. But if this part of our history could be in such a way that those chains of past, those shackles, those bars bound us together against our will, and just telling people that what we bound us together now is the peace in the middle passage, irony and lines, all of us, whether living inside or outside of the connection. So as you see and read the context of it, is basically giving you as well as the pain. And this was quote by Tom Felix. And as you can read different passages, it's basically giving you the acknowledgement. And just something to kind of help you live in this time of celebration. And move on to the history of it. It's basically telling you how it all started, how it all played out. As you can read the content of this website has been up since, it doesn't really say when it's been up, but it's basically different points and key things, just kind of learning history and understand how it started, how it got to where it is, and got where it is, and very popular, in life. So we have general order number 3. I read that in the last content, and it's basically just explaining how everything played out on that very day. And then they talk about the activities that are played, rodeo fishing, barbecue, baseball, and they almost always focus on education and self-service. In certain popular too. become
like
popular
such as
too.
strawberry soda
Like
pop.
such
More
as strawberry
traditions
soda pop.
are just shared with
Barbecuing
the
crew,
need
with
participate to
Jews,
share in the
the need
spirit,
participate
an
to
aroma
share
that
in
the
the spirit,
ancestors
an
and
aroma that the ancestors
African
and
people have
African
experienced in the ceremony.
people
Here,
have
the
experienced in the
barbecue
ceremony.
is
Here, the
often
barbecue
established to
is
be
often
of the
established
intent
to
and
be
to be
of the
celebration,
intent and to be some
very
Oh, you scared me? What you doing over here?
as well as
useful information.
useful information.
Dress will also an
Dress will
important
also
element in
an
early
important element
Jubilee
in early
customs.
Jubilee
Let's take about the
customs.
culture and food and how they celebrate it and regulate it, how to be in the society. In the early interest exists outside African community. So as this kept going on over and over, things started discarding and celebrating and giving out information, sharing different things to kind of get you to understand, give you a sense of what it was like back then, to kind of visualize it in the way it is presented to us in 2020. And as we look at the movies and look at the documentation and we relive some of these horror as well as rewarding things, we begin to start to understand where we are right now. If we go back and understand why these events that happen are something we should be aware of and should be celebrating as well as recognizing each and every time these things happen, and the anniversary of the coming of the and how important it really is. And moving forward, talks about the Texas trails, different holidays on that, talk about modern time. It's just talking about so much things. And as I click off this website, I want you to just think about it. And there's a poem I want to read that's on the website that caught my eye. For African hearts, we wrote already a peak. Our face above, our bodies rose. Skills of heart, like family crushed by force. We knew nothing of. We rose. Survive must be did. We rose to be you. We rose to be me. Above everything except we rose to become the knowledge we never knew. We rose. Dream, we did, act, we must. And this poem was from Christine High. And that just caught my eye. And I've been on this website periodically throughout the week and last week. That poem just kind of just right out here today because it's so empowering to really think about how significant it really is, how we came so many places and still trying to get educate yourself is a must. It really is. So as I on to the next point, here is footage of basically the choice of me. If I skip this video like today. All right.
The Emancipation Proclamation for freeing slaves. But if we're being real, it only applies to slaves living in lives where they could flee his or her temptation, or take advantage of around Juneteenth or Juneteenth is the day you legislated for Granger, Texas, and Texas. Right now, 1865, that's only 4.5 years after the Emancipation Proclamation. In those 2 years, I had to freedom the general Granger policy of conditions orders all slaves. This is called the absolute equality of personal rights and rights and property between former masters and slaves. And prior to how are you? Of course, it wasn't like we weren't freedom. This new freedom sparked a fire that's surprise! Former Confederate soldiers still in uniform and intimidated. Hashtag we are Another variant is accepting and celebrating. And they celebrated with the first part of Juneteenth event took place in 1860. Former slaves read the Emancipation Proclamation. Something in 1867. They also sang spiritual and played games. The great men and women of Texas took their celebrations for Los Angeles, Oakland, Seattle, Virginia, Maine. By the 20th century, the Jim Crow laws were implemented. Freedom started to feel like a foreign concept. Celebrations didn't have to be. The fight to freedom had to be. Before New York in 1968, taught me life in 1980, Texas recognized it as a state. And then in 1997, Congress recognized it as it's been over 150 years since the first effort. Barbecues, music, dancing, celebrations, free black men. June 19th is not just about freedom, but the fight of our ancestors, the determination, and the consideration that one day their children, their children's children, and their children's children's children would be free.
As we get an educational tool and information about what is being said, this is really educating us as a whole. And I just seen another YouTube video, Juvenile Freedom at the Last Name. I want to apply to this presentation today. And that looks very interesting. In fact, I want to know what this video is. Because I've looked at the videos and I've never paid attention to that one before. Hold on. Go back to my presentation. On the video called Freedom. Right now, and I've never paid attention to that before. And that just really captured my eyes. I want to share this video.
This is it's in my heart. I
President Lincoln issued the Emancipation Proclamation in January 1863. It declared all persons held as slaves to be Northern abolitionists welcomed the proclamation as a first step, while Southern slave owners ignored it. Ending slavery would take a constitutional amendment passed in January 1865. Robert E. Lee surrendered at Appomattox in April 1864. The heroism of many enslaved families, and the Union Army itself to personally deliver the news to the most remote corners of the conquered Confederacy.
Proclamation didn't find its way into Texas. My father's family, the Randall family, until mid-June 1865.
On June 19th, Union General Gordon Granger arrived in Galveston and personally delivered the news.
The people of Texas are informed that in accordance with the proclamation for the executive of the States, all slaves break free. This involves an absolute equality of rights between former masters and slaves. But the connection to the system between it comes back to the employer entire day.
There was a lot of celebration, but also a lot of sadness, a lot of concern, a lot of fear. Both enslaved Africans and those who were held slaves didn't know what really to do. And freed America, where we need to go.
150 years later, June 19th is a day of remembrance and celebration.
I think my first Juneteenth celebration was when I was 6 or 7, because I remember those years born. This was in Austin, Texas. And then coming here, I was surprised and really astounded to find out that Minneapolis St. Paul has such strong connection to Juneteenth. It stands trees, there was a number of people who probably migrated as far north who brought with them that tradition.
Every year in Texas, Minnesota, and around the country, Juneteenth is marked with music, food, and fellowship.
We are celebrating at Mississippi Regional Park. There's all ages here. I just see all kinds of people and colors.
It's amazing to me that, especially among the African American culture, we have a little bit of a fear of embracing that history, because there's some shame connected to slavery. I don't feel that way. I feel that that is such an important part of who I am as a person. The spirit that I have within me comes from that struggle.
Independence Day. I'm celebrating our day of liberation. Our day of liberation.
It's important to have opportunities for us to celebrate our oneness, our wholeness, our completeness, our dynamic selves. It's vital to African American people to have an opportunity today that heralds the importance of who we are as a people, what we've been through.
Juneteenth gives African American communities a chance to reflect on their ancestors' struggles and achievements, and also to spotlight current issues.
There is a lot going on in this world. There's a lot of anger, a lot of frustration, and a lot of uneasiness. The foundation you have can kind of give you a little bit more of a sure footing, because you can look and say, well, wait, my family made it through this hatred. Somehow they made it through. Yeah, so take that strength and go up to the next one.
I love seeing the support that I get every year. It's always new people I'm meeting and hopefully collaborating with them so we can have Juneteenth and not let it die. It's so important.
If in my home I do not yield, I overcome someday.
That was a beautiful scene. And I've never seen this video on Remarkable Remix audience. I've never seen this video. It just caught my eye today. Just clicked. So I have one more video and a few links I want to share with everybody.
In the water, sometime in the water, sweet Jesus, you carry me. Sometime in the water, sometime in the water.
The Emancipation Proclamation was signed by President Abraham Lincoln on January 1st, 1863, officially declaring the freedom of over 3.5 million black slaves. However, news didn't make it as far as his people would have originally thought. The American Civil War began on April 12, 1861. And 4 long years later, the Confederacy was defeated at the total cost of 620,000 Union and Confederate soldiers as of June 2nd, 1865. By the time the war ended in 1865, about 180,000 black men had served as soldiers in the U.S. Army. This was about 10% of the total Union Army force. About 90,000 were former or contraband slaves from the Confederate States. About half of the rest were from the northern border states, and the rest were free blacks from the north. 40,000 black soldiers died in the war, 10,000 in battle, and 30,000 from illness or infection. During the war, slavery in Texas was relatively unaffected because the state experienced no large-scale fighting or significant presence of Union troops. Many slave owners from outside the Lone Star State viewed it as a safe haven and moved there with their slaves. After the war came to a close in the spring of 1865, the General Granger's arrival in Galveston announced that the Civil War had ended, signaling freedom for Texas's 250,000 slaves. They had no idea that their freedom had been secured by the government. On June 19, 1865, General Granger made the following announcement, which read as follows. The people of Texas are informed that, in accordance with the proclamation from the Executive of the United States, all slaves are free. This involves an absolute equality of personal rights and rights of property between former masters and slaves, and the connection heretofore existing between them becomes that between employer and hired labor. The freedmen are advised to remain quietly at their present homes and work for wages. They are informed that they will not be allowed to collect at military posts and that they will not be supported in idleness either there or elsewhere. Celebrations broke out among newly freed blacks, although emancipation didn't happen overnight for everyone. On plantations, masters had to decide when and how to announce the news or wait for a government agent to arrive. In some cases, slave owners withheld the information until after harvest season. Even in Galveston, the ex-Confederate mayor flouted the army by forcing free people back to work. Those who acted on the news did so at their peril. Many men and women were lynched or shot in their attempts to pursue their newfound freedom. In one extreme case, during today's term, former slave named Katie Gardner continued working for the service another 6 years. According to Arlen, her mistress whipped her after the war, just like she did before. Hardly the recipe for a celebration, which is what makes the story of Juneteenth all the more remarkable. Defying confusion and delay, terror and violence, the newly freed black men and women of Texas, with the aid of the Freedmen's Bureau, itself delayed from arriving until September 1865, now had a date to rally. In one of the most inspiring grassroots efforts of the post-Civil War period, they transformed June 19 from a day of unheeded military orders into their own annual event, Juneteenth, beginning 1 year later in 1866.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are watching something very absolutely. This is absolutely beautiful.
In the water, sometime in the water. Sweet Jesus, you carry me. Sometime in the water. Sometime in the water.
The Emancipation Proclamation was signed by President Abraham Lincoln on January 1st, 1865.
Yes. I had to replay that again because it just touches your soul when you hear it. So as I conclude this presentation for June, I have a couple of resource links that I want to share with everybody. And there's a video that's itching for me to look at for some reason. Something drops in my spirit. This wasn't a part of the presentation. It's just catching my eye for some reason. And I'm going to go back to the presentation of the video I was just looking at. It's just something about this video that's really catching my eye right now. And it's really like, it's just like, it's like, I need to see this. June 18, 1865, the day in history.
I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is about this video, but I just want to see what this really is. When something catches something catches my eye, I want to see what it is. And when I'm talking about it, I mean, I really want to see what this is. Because it's like really itching me right now. There's something about that picture.
It actually has 2 Independence Days. One celebrates America's freedoms from Britain's rule, and another holiday, Juneteenth, commemorates the day when the Union General came into Texas and gave the order that actually ended slavery. Now, you may be just like, isn't the Emancipation Proclamation take care of that? Am I confused this? Actually, thought the Confederate States obeyed the law. Okay, sure.
On January 3rd, 1863, President Abraham Lincoln declared all slaves held in Confederate states to be free. But that
Go ahead and put video off. Go to this. There's something about this video. I just want to look at it.
So before you get started, just let me thank Mr. Tudor and the City of Allen and the Allen Public Library staff for setting up really such a
This is the presentation that I did last week on the video about the lady who gets his name is Dr. Eric Scott. I really thought it was something different. This video on that. So I actually apologize if I really see something that was like, okay, just like the last video when I was looking at my something intriguing about that. So I couldn't go ahead and show up a hole. I was, and that one was too, but I was a little skeptical at first. So I clicked on just to see what it is. See, this is my first time doing webinars, presentations. So over time, I was going to have glitches and things. But I just want to check it out and see what that was in the other videos. You have to feel like something curious that you want to see. And you just very timid of doing it. Sorry. Yeah, like I said, I'm still new with the whole presentation thing. But here's a couple of links I want to share with everybody before I close the presentation to the Juvenile. So here's some resources about diversitypracticing.com/companies are doing to honor Juvenile. So I'm gonna go to a couple of these sites. See. And they just won't let me right? How interesting is that? But I'm not gonna let that stop me because I know me, and I'm gonna see if I get it now. There you go. So what companies are doing honor Juvenile? So they're talking about different countries that are honoring the recognition of this holiday today. And they're talking about different ones. And they said Juvenile is paid off days. Nike Twitters, Square, Live, and NFL Mom. They said Nike Twitter, Harvard University, financial institutions like JP Morgan, North Trust, Third Bank, and PNC. Capital announced they'll be closing all parts of their business early June 19th while paying employees full. So they're going to have festivities and all these things happening in the community today. As well as the country to celebrate heroic thing that happened. Moving back on, I have another link that I want to share with everyone this afternoon. So, and we're having an issue. So you know what? My PowerPoint is not 100% accurate. I'm just gonna put that out in the atmosphere in terms of my links not really corresponding with this. So I'm just gonna go ahead and manually cut and copy and paste it so I can put it in the search engine so you can really see. There go that picture again. Something about that picture. It's just something about it that has a lot of meaning to it. For me personally. I don't know how others may feel on that picture, but it's something about that picture just catch my attention. And it's like wow. So in this link that I just shared with everybody, it's talking about Juvenile Freedom Day. It's giving you
It's giving you
different resources and things that you can look in, and books as well as videos, and learning resources that you can go in. You can talk about elementary, secondary school, high school, and it's just basically a learning test so you can teach your young kids as well as your middle school and high schoolers, as well as college as well, to kind of just give them a history course. And by school being out, this would be good for them during the summertime if they're not in summer, visual virtual summer camp, or whatever the situation may be. This is some good useful information they can learn about today. And even past today, just know their history. All right, everybody. Let me click off this link and go to the other one. Let's just see if this one's going to make me do great today. Let's just hope. Let's just hope. And the same problem. So I'm just going to manually copy it because my presentation is not great today on this particular matter. So this one is five ways to celebrate Jubilee with your kids. So they have somebody on the sidewalk. So it's a family call to action. They can Black Lives Matter. Somebody did this demonstration. Looks like those people Park. Okay, this was an open. And they did a picture of this. Also, they're talking about they're not doing what I want to do. So there's 5 things you can do. So there's 5 ways to celebrate. So they're talking about it in a way, and I can't even find the way. Basically, the 5 ways to celebrate. They're not explaining that. Then again, it says support Black youth in the area. It says support Black youth in the area looking for new restaurants to try. Junie art-based peaceful protesting in Mocha. And it's all my family call to action. So those are 5 things that you can celebrate with your kids today. So I'm going to move on to last. I'm going to move on to last. Same thing like glass. I try to do it that way. Hope they can, but take a chance to search and put these apps in the search engine. Here we go. There. 3 ways to celebrate Jubilee with your 3 ways to celebrate Jubilee with your books that's out there. So you have some books that's out there. They have Jubilee for Maxim by Floyd Cooper, Freedom by Valley Wesley, Jubilee Story by Valley Wesley, A Different New Jubilee, The First Day of Freedom by Angela Johnson, Jubilee by Ladine Maxim, The Story of Jubilee and Interacting Adventure by Stephen. Support Black business. Support Black business. This is a website that is talking about different books that you can imply to your kids. And the bookstore owner and shop it looks like it's bookstore, Southfield, Source Detroit, or Blackstone. So this is located in Detroit. This is what I'm looking at. But these are some of the books that you can read to your kids, or your kids can read. Kind of just educate. And kind of just have those one-on-one engagement conversations. Kind of have story time. Point out just the ideas of things that kids may be questioning about the whole Jubilee. It's called educate your kids, showing them and telling them and having them have a Q&A question and answer type session. Because children want to know. I'm going to tell you now. They want to know. So as I conclude this presentation this afternoon, at the bottom says, thank you for watching Jubilee presentation by Remarkable Remix. I am the founder of this particular broadcast, Arrow on YouTube. And I just want you to know, ladies and gentlemen, that this has been a fulfilling and a most amazing journey for me to participate and do this for myself, but also to share this with people all over YouTube and all over social media platforms. And for me to do it on the day after is now honor to me. Because I actually did this broadcast Sunday, and it didn't work out the way I wanted it to work out. So I felt like I come at it on Friday, which is the perfect time to talk about this right now. And I'm just grateful and I am blessed to be able to present this myself and educate those who look at replay of this presentation. Again, my name is Remarkable Inspiration. Thank you all for those who tuning in to this segment on YouTube. This video will be uploaded for everybody available to watch. I love everyone. Y'all take care and I'll see you back here June 28th.